Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Recky Boy podcast. I got Plasma here,
What's up?
Mav,
Dead homies.
Viper.
Kaboom!
All right. Let's just start this podcast off real quick with backstory of why we're called the Recky Boys and also where we came from. So, so the Recky Boy name came from a Scottish person, right? He's in the military, but we were doing a training op and the Scottish forces came up and I was sitting there laying down suppressive fire on an area and he was like, "Hey, we're the Recky Boys" in a Scottish accent. And I was like, What's the Recky Boys?" And he's like, "Oh, we're reconnaissance." And so I was like, all right. So me and my platoon just started making jokes about it, saying Recky Boys all the time and all that stuff. But that's mainly where our name comes from. That's mainly it. Mav, you want to tell a story of why we started this podcast?
All right. Fuck, dude. I think it was on like a Saturday night. Like, I mean, this shit was late as shit. And we were playing Power Wash Simulator,
Yeah.
and I think we were power washing some fountain or something. And you know, I looked at him. I was like, "Hey." We looked at each other, made eye contact, and we were like, "Hey, let's start a podcast." And Ghost replied with, "Why not?" So I think fast forward a few months later, now we're here doing it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's mainly where it came from. Freaking Oh God. Dude, that was the funniest shit though, those Scots just coming up to me, running up, being like, with our Recky boys. They rolled their R too. That was the funniest part about it, bro. But other than that, what we gotta talk about, boys? Any good
I got
stories?
a couple. I got a couple stories. Some are like personal, and then others are kind of just cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mav, you got any? Anyone?
Um, well, it was a story about me skating. So I'm out in my town. I'm out skating around with some few buddies, and I'm trying to do this drop that's in my town. That's maybe 4 feet. I'm getting pretty damn close. Karen encounter happened. Kinda insane. Fucking try calling police. Police didn't come, and I'm trying to hit this. He keeps trying to block me. So I just do it anyway because I want to piss her off even more because it's kind of what I like to do to people. And fucking board slips out from under me, takes out her fucking ankles, and she falls. And she calls police again and tries to press charges on me maybe a month later because of that incident of my board slipping out from under me, and she wants to press charges on my ass for it.
So like
That
what happened after it?
Nothing, dude. It wasn't even my fault, bro. Like she was just there. And there was never. I mean, there was a sign that said no skating, but that sign got like vandalized over and shit, so you could barely read it. The cop was like, "Just don't worry about it. Like it wasn't your fault. Just walk home or some shit." He was like, "Walk away." So that's what we did, and then fucking, what on earth is this man doing? So then we just kind of walked off, and then we had shit in the mail saying how this bitch wanted to press charges, but got like turned off because the judge was like, or like the whatever the people were after reviewing the case was like, man, this
Yeah.
shit's stupid.
Dude, I had like bringing back the name, bro. When we were at NTC, bro, it was the funniest shit, right? So we're up on this mountain doing like a reconnaissance mission, even though we're not even like Cav Scouts. We were
Yeah,
infantry, so like there's no point of us doing reconnaissance, right? That's their job. But they had us up on this mountain, right? And we're all bedding down. Like we had guys pulling security on the radio and everything. We're bed down everything like that. We're all set. We're about to go to bed, and we get a call on the radio, and it's our PL, right, our lieutenant, and he's like, "Yo, we're moving to another mountain," right? So we get out of our stuff, we pack our stuff like quick, like 5 minutes tops, right? Run down the mountain, right? Get in the back of the Brads, and we move to another point, right? And then we sit on that mountain the whole day and we do absolutely nothing. We just sat there, bro. There was no point of us moving to that mountain. And they just sat us there the whole time, bro. Everyone was so pissed, bro. Somebody pissed themselves. It was so funny. He's like, he woke up, he's like, shit, I pissed myself. God damn it. And it was, oh my God, bro.
Is, is that like a reoccurring issue with him, or just that
No,
one
no, it
time?
was just one time. He doesn't have anything. He must have like probably like overhydrated himself, and then like when he was dreaming, I didn't realize it
Yeah,
and pissed himself.
I've done
But
that.
yeah,
I've done that a few times.
yeah.
but
Not a super interesting story, but almost kind of a life lesson one. So
yeah.
what there is I used to be well, I guess addicted to DMT, which is a
Oh yeah,
psychedelic
DMT. Yeah.
that you mix with marijuana and you smoke it. I didn't know it was addictive, and I did it, and it messed you up. Never do it. People will be like, "No, it's fine. It's just like an add-on to weed that makes you like trip
No,
and be
it
like
doesn't
seeing
DMT kill you?
it
Like,
can."
can
Yeah,
it kill you? Yeah, that's what I
it
thought.
eventually will. And I was like, "All right, sweet. It's just like an add-on. It was like a powder. Sprinkle it on it, smoke it. It was awesome." But then it was so addictive. The night after, I only did it once, and I woke up in a cold sweat, and I was just like absolutely freaking out over nothing. But it was just I needed it so bad. I went and I did it again, and it stopped. It is horrible stuff. Like, because everyone's like, just do it, man. It's like it's no biggie. Like it's just an add-on. It's like a mixture. It's fine. Doesn't hurt you. It doesn't affect you. It just makes it better. It amplifies it. It doesn't. It's horrible. It completely messes you up. It's not like weed where you can get like just have it like a you can just get or like green out and throw up and feel disgusting. Like you can straight up fucking die from this shit. It's no joke. It's a hard drug. It turns weed from a really soft, kind of almost gentle drug to a extremely hardcore drug. Like it's horrible.
Yeah, I remember, dude. This is like the funniest story, right? So my dad was getting his like colonoscopy, or like it's the one. It's not the colonoscopy because colonoscopy is like obviously when they put their finger in your butt, right?
Stick the finger up your ass, yeah.
Yeah, but like he was it was the camera version, right? Where they like the
Oh,
camera, and then like it moves into your intestines, and then they like cut out like
Oh,
pearls
dude.
if they see anything, right? Like
yeah.
Oh,
cancer pearls, and the so he goes in, right? And he's got to drink this like water. It's like this liquid, right? Before, and he's just shitting his brains out, dude, the night before, right? And I bring him to the place, right? And he goes in, gets the thing done, right? And then like they amped him on drugs. I think it was morphine or it was something.
ew.
It was something strong though. It was like super strong, right? And I go in, right? And I'm like, Dad, how you doing? And he's like, we're gonna have chicken lasagna for dinner. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we're gonna have chicken lasagna. Well, mind this motherfucker is like higher than a kite, right? And
Yeah.
I pick him up, we go back home, and like, so I was like, Dad, what about that chicken lasagna? He's like, yeah, I'll make it in a bit, right? And about an hour later, bro, I come up and I'm like, Dad, so are we making that chicken lasagna? He's like, no, let's just order some pizza. I'm like, all right. So instead of having the chicken lasagna, bro, we ordered Little Caesars, right? And he's like, get 4 boxes of the Cinnabites. So it's like oh my God, the total was maybe like $50, bro. And I come back with them, and motherfucker just harks that shit down before we can eat anything, dude. He just eats it all. And I'm like, what about us? He's like, well, I'll make you guys chicken lasagna. Well, I went to bed, bro, and I didn't get my chicken lasagna, so I'm fucking pissed. I'm still waiting. It's been 3 years.
Motherfucker.
That's what I'm
God
saying.
damn.
Man, I wish my
Focus.
dad could do. I wish my dad did stuff like that, but he can't. Fucking I know. Not well. It wasn't even like his fault. He had to like. Man, I want to see my dad like that. It's
Dude, it's
impossible.
funny as shit, bro. I remember I had like surgery on my mouth, right? So I had this tooth, my canine was like slanted right, so it wasn't going down. So they had to like cut my gum open, right, and put a chain to it, like a weird chain, right? And then they tighten the chain, and it would pull my tooth down in the right direction. Well, they put me on like I think anesthesia, right? That's how you call it. That's what you call it.
Yeah, anesthesia.
And
Mm-hmm.
dude, I was out of it, bro. But I still remembered because this was after the fact. Like my dad had his surgery right on his butt. But
Yeah.
we got we got the I was just amped on it, bro. Like, and I come out and I remembered it, right? I'm like, yo, dad, we're having chicken lasagna tonight. And he just started bursting out laughing, bro. It was the funniest shit ever, bro. But I
What do
was
you?
walking back to the car, bro, and I was just like, I was out of it, dude. I don't even remember half of it.
I remember one
Yeah.
time I
What do
was
you
amped up
mean
on
by your dad had
anesthesia.
surgery on his butt?
Yeah, like the
Oh, it's a
colonoscopy.
colonoscopy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
whatever that thing
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Last time I was
Yeah.
amped up
All
on
right.
anesthesia for some fucking dentist shit. I forgot
Hold
what it
up. Hold
was.
up. Viper, you've been silent this entire podcast. What's up?
Yeah, bro. Homie's just sitting in the
Alright.
corner.
So kind of go
You
off
can
what
at the
Ghost
party.
said. I got a funny story about the time I had surgery. Alright. So I went to the doctor's office or the hospital, my bad. And at the time I was like terrified of like IVs and shit. So I would never like them at all. So they
They
decided
think you go
to
weird.
knock me out with this like I don't even know what it was. There's this liquid they gave me, and I just drank it. At first, it had like no effect on me. It was supposed to make me fall asleep, but
Yeah.
since I have ADHD, that shit had like a reverse effect on me,
Really.
and
They make you count back from 10?
no,
Oh
no, they did
shit.
not. I kind of just sat in the waiting room until it went into effect. It was like I said, it was supposed to knock me out, but instead it made me like hyperactive and basically it made me high. In other words, high and kind of drunk a little, but it wasn't like alcohol in any way. So it was kind of just, you know what I'm saying, right? Kind
The
of,
doctor
kind of
gave you
like
a shot.
it's kind of like that. Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it wasn't alcohol. And after
Okay.
that, I don't remember what happened during that, by the way. At that point, in my mind, I was knocked out, but in reality, I was doing shit that I didn't know. So
Yeah.
apparently, according to my mom, I was like talking about like a bunch of random shit, saying I didn't
Wow, nice.
He cut out.
other children in the hospital in the
What?
fucking waiting room.
Whoa, okay, hold up, hey, let's pause this back.
What
You
about
cut out,
children,
hey, you
bro?
cut
Yeah,
back
you
in
cut
when you
out
said
at the
children in
wrong
the
time,
hospital.
bro.
What were you doing?
What'd you
Yeah,
do to
I
children
don't
in the
know.
hospital?
And eventually, it did work. I eventually like started calming down. I guess I fell asleep.
You're dodging the
And
question, by the way.
what do you mean I'm dodging the question?
You
What
cut
question?
out. You
So
cut
you
out and
cut
cut
out,
back
Viper,
in.
you cut out and it came back to you. You said there were other little children in the hospital.
Oh no, I was alright. So what happened was it didn't knock me out, but it maybe like you already heard that part. But I started like saying like random shit and cussing out like cussing out loud and shit, saying
Oh.
screaming like I didn't break the damn fucking TV or shit like that. I don't even know. It's just random ass shit that never happened. And then
Stop.
once they get me into the operating room, is like maybe like 30 minutes after they finish up, they walk in and tell my dad, "Hey, he's got to piss." He walks me over. I'm like halfway down the hallway. The bathroom is like right there. Next thing, my dad says, next thing he knows, he can hear liquid dropping on the floor.
Aw, no. Pissed your
He
pants?
pissed himself in
He
the
looks
hospital.
down, he sees that I pissed myself right at,
How
like
old
right
were
after
you?
surgery, fresh off the table. I already pissed myself.
Dude, what the fuck?
So later
Huh.
on, like 2 days later, I wake up. I'm like on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think it was 2 days. It felt like it. I was on the couch, just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Bro,
Like
there was
that
one
shit was
time.
crazy.
There was one time, bro, where I was at the like. So this was another thing. I was like maybe seventh grade, right? So this was a long time ago, and
Man,
I got like deathly sick. Like I was when they brought me to like my dad was like running me to the hospital, right? I couldn't breathe, couldn't like nothing. Like I was having mad diarrhea. I was throwing up. I was dehydrated. I couldn't breathe. Nothing. I get to the hospital, bro, and like they took an IV in me. They put like a bunch of other drugs in there too. And then they when I got back, right, like when I was fine, they gave my dad like a shit ton of medication to give me, right? And I took these pills, right, like during the day, and he had me sleep on the couch just to like so he could monitor me and shit. And dude, I swear to God, there had to have been something in those things. 'Cause, like I was taking like maybe 7 pills and shit, right? I was
oh yeah.
seeing fucking balloon animals, bro. I was seeing balloon animals. And I'm just like whacking at these things like at the age of like 13, just whacking at these things. And he comes over and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Dad, I see balloon animals. There's a tiger." He got it on recording. It was the funniest shit ever, dude. I was just out of it, bro. I was out of it.
Yeah, something like that happened to me. I wasn't deathly sick, but I had to go in. It was a small surgery, but it was really weird because when I got out, I ended up because whatever it was, whatever they gave me, it lowered your resistance to uh drugs. So what I ended up doing was going home and I took Benadryl like a
Mm,
lot because it was hurting. Well, it wouldn't where it would overdose me, but my tolerance was super low. So I ended up like not ODing, but I was
hmm.
high on Benadryl, and
Yeah.
Benadryl highs are always horrifying. You see like demons and they come and they like do shit to you that you're like, what the fuck, and you can't
Oh, sleep
move,
paralysis.
you can't do anything. So you just sit there and you have to like let these demons come and
Sleep
fucking like
paralysis.
run around you, and
Yeah,
you see
it's
like
literally
shit in your
sleep paralysis.
doorway. It's terrifying. You'll be
Man,
like,
dude, I've had some shit like that.
there's like these little red like gremlin things that were at the end of my bed, and they were just sitting there like tormenting me. It's I don't know why, what's in Benadryl that makes it do that. I'd have to look it
Eh,
up.
I don't know. Like I'm not a big druggy guy. Like I've never done drugs, so I wouldn't know. But I know it's like some type of freaking thing to like, n- God, Jesus, dude, I can't even think of it right now. But I know it's something to do with your brain. Like it's kind of like Advil, right? But
Yeah,
it like is way
acid, or
way stronger.
what's it called? What's the actual word? It doesn't matter. But like acid can do the same thing. It can be like a good, well, quote unquote, good trip, or it can be a horrible one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the chemical. They're all made from mushrooms, and those mushrooms have unpredictable trips. So when you just do like so there's oh yeah, it's LSD. That's what it is. LSD and acid are the same thing. LSD, and then there's shrooms, and there's DMT. Those are like the most popular psychedelics.
I told my buddy so like.
The mushrooms have very unpredictable like highs and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what a lot of the painkillers and things like that are made
Having them.
from, and that's why the highs are so unpredictable and
Yeah,
so like extreme.
dude.
Bro.
I had this one time. Um, I had this one buddy, right? He did like LSD. And he like asked me one time like if I wanted to join him. I was like, nah, dude, I don't do drugs and shit. And but I told him, right, like my family was like a big Beatles fan, and like obviously the Beatles did so many drugs and shit. So I told him to listen to Lucy in the like the Lucy song by the Beatles. And bro, he said the trip was insane, bro. He said like listening to that, he got like the biggest trip. It was weird, but
Yeah, certain things
because
that you
that's what that
hear or
song's
certain things
about.
that you see can affect it.
Hmm.
Bro, I have the funniest.
Um,
So, it's about me going to my friend's house, right? It's me with a whole bunch of our other friends. My friend Akeem,
Mm-hmm.
Yoriel, and Kevin, and it's just all of us. We're fiending. We need just one hit, bro. Just one fucking hit. We had a cart with no battery, and I had a battery that didn't work. So, and we had a nart, which is like a cart with Nick juice in it. That's all we had. Akeem and Kevin didn't smoke Nick, so they wanted weed. Kevin's sister had gas, like hella grams, and we fucking text her, and we're like, "Go to the park. We'll meet you there. We like need some shit. We're gonna make a homemade bong and like run there." She's like, "All right, we finna go over there." So we make the homemade bong with a pocket knife and aluminum foil. We take like a 5-minute lap, longest we've ever ran in our entire lives, and we take a 5-second break. On the left of us is this house, big house with two big ass dogs, and there's like a husky looking ass dog and a Rottweiler looking ass dog. The park is right there, like right in front of us. My friend Akeem looks behind us and goes, "Dog, run!" We all are sprinting, bro. We are out of there. The dog's still behind us, just fucking woo, woo, chasing us. And we're like, "Back up, bitch!" My friend Yariel with the pocket knife fucking swings that bitch at it, like, "Back up, back up, bitch!" And it starts like fucking running away. We jump on the playground, and we see Myra. That's her. That's Kevin's sister with all the gas. She's walking over here, and we're like, we gotta scare the dog off so that they could walk over here without being chased. So we start chasing the fucking dog, like, run, bitch, it starts running away. We go to like the gazebo with the benches, and we start smoking out of a pipe. The homemade bong had nothing to fucking do with it. We just thought her cousin left, so we thought that she didn't have anything to smoke out of. But we smoked like 2 or 3 nugs, and we have to run back home. Kevin goes to his house with his sister, and it's just me, Ariel, and Akeem. So we fucking have to scare the dog off the road and do another 5-minute like sprint towards the fucking house. So we do that, and Uriel's taking a shower, and me and Akeem, high out of our fucking minds, go, "Are those LED lights purple or white?" And then Akeem goes, "Man, I don't even know." That's basically the story how I got fucking chased by a big ass dog.
Bro, I remember when I got chased by a I was helping out my grandpa with herding cattle, right? And we got like I got off the horse because one of the calves was like going off and he wasn't listening to me. Like he wasn't like I was trying to calm him back into it, right? Well, then I noticed like these like 7 coyotes, right? And like coyotes are usually scared of you, right? And uh it just like they roll up on me, right? And my dog, dude, I have this like blue heeler and Australian mix, just come out of nowhere, bro, and he just starts just on them, right? And then like he just prances on one of them, bro, and just starts like going ham on it, right? And the others try jumping in on it. So I just ran over there, started kicking them off and stuff. I got like this big bite mark on the back of my leg from one of them. Like I still have a few scars from it, but it was like it was intense, bro. Like adrenaline was pumping, bro. But that shit was like insane, bro. Like we were kicking, my dog was just wailing on them, and then like they just like scurried off and shit. I was gonna pop a few shots off on them, but my gun was in my holster on my horse, so I really couldn't get to it in time.
Speaking of dogs, I got a story about dogs that my dad told me about Fallujah. So, kind of the backstory before I get into this whole story is there was this guy and he got up on this tank and he yelled, that the dogs of Fallujah would feast on the flesh of the fallen, and
Fuck.
that sounds like super like almost like superstitious and like what the fuck does that mean? And then but he was being legit. So there's a lot of dogs though in
Yeah,
Fallujah
there's like a lot of
because
stray
people
dogs.
ate them. And what happened is the Americans came and they opened up all those like corrals and shit where they would keep the dogs to like eat them, and then nobody was there to feed the dogs. So as the Americans moved in and started killing the Taliban, and then also the AC-130 gunship that went by the call sign was Spooky hit targets and shit like that. They would blow people up. So what would the dogs would do is they would go around and they would find arms and hands and feet and legs, and they would get them, and they would be walking down like the road. And my dad told me there would be like this dogs with a hand and an arm in their mouth, and the hand would just be flopping as they ran down the
Jesus
road,
Christ,
and
dude.
like because they would literally just eat all the dead Taliban because they had nothing else to eat. So they would just eat humans. So there'd be like human arms, human legs, just like bones that dogs would be gnawing on, but they would be like a human hand bone, something like that. It was just horrible.
Honestly, dude, paranormal shit is fucking real.
Sure. I think we should save that for another podcast. That would be a good one to like just talk about though.
What, paranormal?
Yeah, on another pod.
Yeah.
Bro, you have no idea how many paranormal shit I got.
I got some stories, dude. I got some fucking
We'll do
stories.
that. We'll do that next time. But I think we'll close it off here. It's a good one.
Um.
Time to close it off on. But
Okay.
yeah. Well, that's all from the Recky boys. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Recky boy.